before we get started, I just want to say I'm a big fan of your work.
Oh, thank you. I enjoy your work too.
Oh.
No, really, I mean it.
Compared to you, I'm still a baby.
Sometimes I'm writing a scene and I'm directing it in my head, and you're the man in my head.
Sometimes I'm directing the scene you write, and it's like intuition. I know exactly what you're trying to say.
I try to make myself transparent.
And then other times I have no clue. For example, this idea you had about theater of gesture.
Yes.
Leon, one of the characters in the play, he's even quoted at one point. The essence of theater is not speech, but gesture.
Another character in the play quotes Leon as having said that. So he may have really said something slightly different, or very different, in the imagined backstory. Did he? I don't know.
What I love about theater, what makes it so wonderfully its own form, compared to film, for example, is you have this very fixed, very concrete space. And within this space, literally anything and everything can happen. And I think movement, the way the actors and the design elements physically occupy that space, is essential to this.
You know, the more plays I write, the more I've come to share that view. I reread some of my early work and I'm spelling out actions and emotional states and trusting very little to the actors and the designers who will live with my words in, as you say, a fixed concrete space. And each space imposes different limits on the people working in it.
Exactly. I can speak lines anywhere, but how I perform them is shaped wholly by the physical space that I'm working in.
And the audience.
Yes! The audience. It's visceral and it's new each time.
Yes, and theatrical. It's what makes theater theater. You know, I love talking about these things and writing about them, but you know, every time I get a couple minutes in, I start to worry that people's eyes are glazing over. Never! Well, I worry regardless. So I decided to write a comedy to have some fun with these ideas, right? Without making them look ridiculous. Because ultimately what's driving Leon and the actors is passion, right? And it has to be genuine and truthful. A few weeks ago, I was describing the play to someone, and she asked me, why aren't the actors simply pretentious? That's a good question, and I hope the answer is because they understand themselves, because they are truly passionate about what they're doing. I don't think that can ever be pretentious, even if no one else understands it. Our job is to help them understand, or at least to appreciate it. Any final words? Yes.